I understand the next call is a split call. 5 minutes. Carol Beaumont.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. And we are rising to speak in the Labor side in favour of this bill. We are acknowledging that there is a small improvement being made here for paid parental leave, something that Labor has long championed, something that, as we've already heard tonight, we see needs to be significantly lifted to 26 weeks, and my colleague Sue Moroney has worked tirelessly on this matter, as have 26 for babies. This is a small step, a very small step, but it's a deeply, deeply cynical one, I have to say. This is coming from the party that voted against paid parental leave every single time. That's right. Voted against every single time. It's been filibustering now for weeks to stop Sue Moroney's bill actually getting in front of this House, because they know that it has the support of the majority of MPs in this House, and has threatened to veto that bill once it is passed. That's that party over there. So it's deeply cynical, and it's because it's an election year, and it's because they know that they're on the wrong side of this in terms of the public, because the public support paid parental leave. 99.6% of submitters on Sue Moroney's bill was submitting in favour. The public support this because we all know that paid parental leave is vital for our families. It's vital for ensuring that children do get the best start, and it's good for those children's mothers too, who are the primary caregivers, because it enables women to better balance paid work and family and gives women choices. These are reasons why paid parental leave is so important. It's also important for babies to bond with their mother particularly, and all of the evidence shows that that bonding is about ensuring that a child gets the best possible start, health-wise, emotionally, developmentally. So that bonding is important. So these are the reasons why paid parental leave is vitally important, except that we're talking here about 2 more weeks next year, 2 more weeks the year after, when what we need is an immediate boost to the 26 weeks, which enables women to do 6 months exclusive breastfeeding. That really facilitates that, which again, all of the evidence shows is really important. The World Health Organisation has long promoted 6 months exclusive breastfeeding when that's possible. That's right. This will not help that. It will be a small step, a very small step. Now look, it's important we support our children and families, and the budget supposedly talks about doing that, and this is where this part has come from. And supporting children and families is a vital investment in our future, but our Best Start package is a much more significant step to doing that. It's a much more significant start for our families, because under what the government's proposing, the most vulnerable won't actually benefit. The most vulnerable won't be getting that extra tax credit, 14,000 excluded, we understand. And I noticed that the widened eligibility that's referred to in the speech, which I have to say I think is really important, looking at casual workers, some of the most low-paid workers potentially, but that doesn't even get on the horizon till 2016, I've just heard, when the Minister made his speech. So that was, you know, again, the things that potentially would have helped the most vulnerable are being excluded from the bill we're debating here tonight. And while we're talking about supporting children and families, nothing in today's budget does anything to help the 285,000 children living in poverty, because there are no plans. There are no plans to increase jobs so that people can get ahead. There are no plans to lift wages. There's nothing in the budget that deals with those things, which are really about supporting families and children, because children live in families. And so we have, as an alternative, Labor has very clear plans in these areas, a target around increasing jobs, a target of unemployment dropping to 4% by 2017 and lifting wages immediately. We have economic development plans around lifting value and productivity in our economy to ensure we can provide quality jobs. So we will be moving amendments in the committee stages to try and improve this bill, which is a small improvement.
I call Denise Roach.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. It's my pleasure to take the second call on the budget measures, brackets, financial support for newborn children, end brackets bill, which I note, having now had 10 minutes to read some of it, is an omnibus bill which amends both the Parental Leave and Employment Protection Amendment Bill and the Taxation Parental Tax Credit Bill. Now, I note in the general statement, the general policy statement that is with the preamble to the bill, that one of the things that it says is that this is targeted for lower and middle income working families, particularly the extension or the increase in the tax credit. So the tax credit with this legislation will rise from $150 per week for 8 weeks to $220 per week for the first 10 weeks following the birth of a child. But the eligibility has been tightened, and that does give us some concern. The other concern we have with this, Mr Speaker, is that while it says that it's for lower and middle income working families, it does nothing for the lowest income families. And our policy has always been to extend that tax credit to those who need it most. And we will be putting forward a supplementary order paper